As we age, gravity takes over, as we know, and I know well because I'm 70 years old, and as I've gotten older, my eyebrows have gotten lower. The corners of my eyes have drooped down further. My nose has gotten a little wider. My lips come down just a little more, and maybe that sounds depressing, but I'm trying to say that makeup can help that. It's kind of like magic. It makes things look different than they really are. And we can't look young again, but we can look more youthful with makeup. Today I want to talk to you about eyes, and particularly our eyes and our eyebrows, and what we can do to make them look a little bit more youthful. I'm Tisha, and I love helping women, particularly mature women, to feel better about themselves and better about their appearance. So we're going to talk about ways to help with the eyes today. Stay tuned. I've already moisturized around my eye, and I'm getting ready to put on some primer. This is Celeste's eye primer. And I'm just going to put a little bit of this. You don't need more than just a dot on your finger, and just put it all over the eyelid. I'm just going to tap it in, and you can see how blue. Let me move my hair out of the way. You can see how blue and purple my eyelids are and under my eye, especially this one. I'm using this one because it has a worse hood and it has more darkness around it, so I wanted you to see the difference with the makeup. Okay, I'm going to be using the Chubby Contour Stick. Make sure you can see what I'm doing. I have a 10x mirror over here that I use. And I always say to look your best, look in a 10x, because you will see things that you had no idea were there. But it also helps if you have specks of mascara or some fallout from your eyeshadow or an eyelash running around. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this little eyeshadow brush, and I'm just going to tap in what I just did. I'm just going to tap it in. This is a very subtle look. I prefer subtle looks on me. You may not, but the more my eyes change, the more I appreciate a little bit of toned down look. Now I'm using the powder in the Celeste palette. This is the setting powder right here, and that's what I'm using to set the shadow I just put on. Next, I'm going to take a Q-tip, which I keep on hand at all times, to do this. And this is the Pearl Baked Ivory Shadow. And I'm just going to barely put a little bit right up here. This really helps lift your eyes and your eyebrows. It gives the appearance that they're more lifted than they really are. So remember, like I told you, mine used to be up here somewhere, and now they're down here somewhere, and this part right here hangs down more, and the edges of my eyes come down more than they used to. Gravity makes things droop, unfortunately. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add some more of the Pearl Baked Shadow. I'm going to use my Q-tip again, and I'm just going to put it on the mobile lid into the inner corner, and I'm tapping it on this way because if I use a brush, it takes away from the pigment more than if I use a toothpick. Q-tip. My tongue is tangled up again. So I come all the way to the corner and go under just a little bit right here. Doing this pulls the attention this direction, which is what we want. We always want to go up, and up at an angle is best for your eyes. You don't obviously want them vertical. Okay, now I'm just going to tap that in with my finger. I'm using my ring finger because it has the least amount of pressure of any of our fingers. Now I'm going to put on some eyeliner. And to do this, I am going to look in the mirror over here. Let me get it closer. And I'm going to hold my eye up like this, and I'm just going to line at the lash line. Just at the lash line. And if it looks like I already have some eyeliner on there, it's because I had it tattooed on about 9 years ago, and it's still there. Now I'm just going to take this out just a little bit right here. Just the tiniest little wing right there. And I'm going to join it together. It's hard for me to see. Join it together from there to there, and then I'm going to come down with it and line just underneath my eye, just a little bit, about halfway over. Then I'm going to take my Q-tip and I'm going to smudge that out because I really don't want there to be a line under there. Okay. Now the eyeliner that I got tattooed on was supposed to last 3 years, and it's been 9 and it's still there, which really bothers me, but I can't do anything about it except wait. Okay, I'm going to use Celeste's False Lashes Mascara. And I'm going to roll it from the lash line up. I'm just going to roll it. That sort of curls them. And then I'm going to do a second coat, and I always twist. You can pump it one time, or you can twist, but don't pump it like this because it gets air in it and it'll dry out a lot faster. I learned that the hard way. I'm going to put one more coat on. And be sure and get the little tiny lashes at the edges. And then I'm just going to take what's left on the brush and just barely tap. Okay, now I'm going to work on my under eye, and to do that I'm going to use the palette, and I'm going to use this color that is the closest to my skin tone. And I'm going to take it and put it on my ring finger and tap it in just right on the orbital bone. I don't really want it to tap in up into the area where I want it to be. I just want to tap it right there. And then I'm going to take what's there and move it up as much as I can with my finger. Now I need to take that mascara off that I got on there a while ago. Once it dries, it just comes right off. You can use a spoolie for this, and I do if I hit up here on my eyebrow or if I hit down here with the mascara, but I don't want to scratch on the top part of my eye or underneath where it's so tender. Now I'm just going to take this and move it up, and I may put a little bit more on. Do that with this. And just tap it up. I use the Q-tip because it's really soft. They're cheap. They're disposable. And there's something about the way that they apply things that keeps the pigment in them like a brush won't, as I said before. Okay, I have that covered up pretty well. Now, I need an eyebrow. Now, if you'll notice, this eyebrow is a lot lower than this eyebrow. So something that I do to try to help with that is first I put a line on, but the line that I put on, when I draw the line over here, I just follow the line of my eyebrow underneath a little bit more down than up because I want it to match this one if possible. They really can't match, but they can look a little more alike. So I put the line just a tiny bit above my eyebrow and go up just a little bit more right there for the arch. so that it arches more up like this one does. And then I put a line underneath and I follow the line of the eyebrow here. Now keep in mind, you won't be doing it exactly this way on your eyebrows. You may be fortunate enough to have sisters rather than second cousins for eyebrows like I do, as far as how much they look alike. And I'm going to take the spoolie and I'm just going to touch it. I'm not going to drag it because I only have 2 or 3 eyebrows. And if I do that, even doing that, some of it came off. I just want to fill in. Okay. Now, you can see that this eye is down further than this one is as far as where the hood is, and the eyebrow is different. But I do my best to make them look similar at least. And this gives your eye lift. I forgot one thing that I need to do, and that's I'm going to take the highlight color out of this, and I'm going to use the color that's more yellow base because I use a more yellow base for my foundation, and I'm just going to tap into it, and then I'm going to clean up any eyeshadow that's over here. And when I do this, this also gives me a lift. It just serves to lift that eyebrow just a little bit, and the way that your eyes are made. All right, let me know what you think.